Hello and welcome to today's September 2nd daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now so I can keep you up to date on what's going on in Washington, D.C., the next stimulus package, the U.S. economy, money, investing, and much, much more. All right, this is your daily reminder to go sign up for the new September giveaway. Casey and I are giving away $10,000 in cash, and we're super excited to help get that money into the hands of those that need a little extra spending money right now. I've been getting all of these emails from the past winners, people sending me thumbs ups and peace signs or telling me their story about battling cancer. Anyway, I'll be sharing those with you probably tomorrow, but those good news reports are because of viewers like you. So you had a hand in helping to bless those people's lives, and I'm excited for the giveaway for September. So I'll make sure to leave a link below and you can go get signed up. All right, now I have a crazy story to share with you at the end of this video, so stay tuned, and I definitely want to hear from you. I want to know your thoughts on this. All right, now yesterday I told you how over 2,000 lobbyist groups are trying to insert their wants and their needs into the next $3.5 trillion stimulus package, and they want it all done without raising any taxes on their business partners. Well, Senate Budget Committee Chair and the head of the stimulus package, Senator Bernie Sanders, said, "Not this time," right? He's pushing back on these lobbyists. Sanders said, "This is what oligarchy and a corrupt political system are all about. The rich and large corporations get richer, and their lobbyists do everything possible to protect the wealth and the greed. Now, not this time. We must pass a reconciliation bill that works for all, not just the few." So Sanders says, not this time. I'm not having it. I'm here for the American people, right? However, groups like Business Roundtable, National Association of Manufacturers, and Rate Coalition have vowed to campaign against proposed tax hikes. They plan to spend lots of money and time to fight the tax increases in the next stimulus package. Now, personally, I'm on the fence because on the one hand, you need tax in order to fund these programs without adding to the national debt. On the other hand, I think most of us are smart enough to know that businesses having their taxes increased are just going to pass it on to you and me in the form of higher prices. So it'll be interesting to see which direction Senator Sanders and other top Democrats take this fight. Now, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is coming out swinging. They are already committing to running ads that publicly oppose the bill and show why raising taxes is bad for the economy and U.S. citizens. They also say they plan to stop political contributions to progressive Democrats and push that same money over to backing moderate Democrats. Businesses really like the $1.2 trillion physical infrastructure bill because it didn't raise taxes on people or businesses, but they are aggressively opposed to tax increases to cover pet projects and other wasteful spending. Now, businesses support stimulus checks because it gets money to people that can then go spend it. They are also opposed to overly taxing citizens because it gives citizens less buying power when the federal government takes in too much tax money from us. So this showdown is just getting started, and I'll be here to help you make sense of all of it in the coming days. It's going to get ugly, you guys. Now, when it comes to Washington, D.C., most issues come down to taxes and pay-fors. In the case of the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, it got bipartisan support from Democrats and Republicans and businesses because all but $250 billion paid over a 10-year period were accounted for or paid for. Whereas the $3.5 trillion stimulus package requires increasing taxes on corporations from 21% to 28%. Now, Mara Quint, who is the executive director of the progressive group Tax March, put out a statement yesterday to remind Democrat leaders that taxing the rich is a very good talking point. You can bring up taxing the rich anytime, and it will gain attention and popularity. So Democrats are definitely using this idea of taxing the rich in order to help the poor in their upcoming campaign season. But will it work, right? The rich are rich for a reason, and they're going to push back. And these businesses that have very deep pockets and can pay for these lobbyists are also going to push back. Now, I have a question for my community, and I would love to hear from you. Do you think that lobbyists are a good thing or a bad thing for the American people? Do you think that it helps drive the economy and the country forward by having lobbyists? Or does it ultimately leave the American people behind? I'd really love to hear your comments down below. So thank you in advance. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I just love bringing you guys the news. All right, now I swear some people in politics or government positions have little to no brains. And I try to be a kind person, but every now and then I come across a story that just doesn't make any sense. A school system in Wisconsin is rejecting the federal government's financial assistance to help kids with free lunch and free breakfast. The district leaders said they didn't want kids to be spoiled by free lunch, and so they rejected the money in order to feed these kids, saying that it's better that they and their parents pay for it in the long run. Now, isn't it amazing how out of one side of people's mouth they say we need to fight childhood hunger, and out of the other side of their mouth they reject free money to feed children, okay? Now, if you do any kind of research, and this is really sad, a certain percentage of children in our country right now, the single best meal they have in a day is from free school lunch. And this district just rejected that help. These kind of stories really bother me. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm out in left field. I know nothing comes for free, but quit saying you want to end childhood hunger and then rejecting financial assistance to help fight childhood hunger. All right, now, according to a CNN article, the White House has been on the phone nonstop to Democrat lawmakers, asking them to publicly defend President Biden and the Afghanistan pullout. However, many Democrat lawmakers do not want to attach their name or their image to Biden's decision, or it could affect their success of being elected in the future. So the White House is kind of scrambling, saying, hey, we need to prop up President Biden's image after this Afghanistan situation. And Democrats are like, man, I don't want to be attached to that situation. Now, you may or may not have seen this, but it's starting to surge in the news. Transcripts between President Biden and the former president of Afghanistan have now been leaked. On the call, Biden asked President Ashraf Ghani to help create the perception that things were going well in Afghanistan. So basically, listen, we need it to look like things are going really, really well with the military, with your country, with your military. Now, it appears that things were going worse than the public was told. As I told you last week, how transcripts and emails from Secretary of State Anthony Blinken came out, and he was told that things were going bad all the way back in early July and to start pulling citizens out, and he didn't. Instead of removing citizens from Afghanistan, they abandoned Bagram Air Force Base and allowed thousands of ISIS prisoners to escape. Now, Republican lawmakers are now calling for the release and the full unredacted transcript of this call and Secretary Blinken's emails. They're saying things are not adding up with President Biden's words that the military had planned for every eventuality, and then says we were completely caught off guard. right? So they're two conflicting stories, and they want to get to the bottom of this. Now, you can look this stuff up for yourself. It's on Reuters, USA Today, Daily Mail, and several other news networks. Right now, CNN seems to be downplaying this for some reason, and I'm not sure why CNN would do that. But anyway, this could be a major game changer depending on what is found, and this is also surging in the news right now. All right, also, it's now being learned that Afghanistan President Ghani escaped the country with several cars and helicopters full of money. Now, some news sites are saying it's believed that he may have fled with over $100 million. Okay. Now, according to one report on Reuters, he had 4 cars completely filled to the brim with cash, like bursting, like the driver, and then just like surrounded by cash, right? Wouldn't that be a fun car to win? Anyway, so my question is, I'd be willing to bet that those cars and helicopters were full of U.S. taxpayer dollars and not Afghanistan money, which will likely be worthless in about 30 days. All right, now New York is now dealing with Hurricane Ida, not just Louisiana. The hurricane made landfall and has now continued to push north, and combined with a different storm cell, New York City is now dealing with major flooding. In fact, many underground subway stations were gushing water, like just gushing. You could not even go down the stairs and had to be completely shut down. So New York is dealing with massive flooding, chaos, and no subway system as of right now. All right, now I know that you hate my stimulus check package fraud stories, but they have to be told, right? A former mayor in Florida, who is now running for Congress, is dealing with a daughter who is about to serve 20 years in jail for fraud. Miss Holness is a 28-year-old businesswoman in Florida whose business was going under because of the lockdown. In order to cover payroll for herself and her other desperate 18 employees, she needed a stimulus PPP loan of $300,000. Only she didn't have 18 employees. In fact, she offered to pay friends to pretend to work for her in order to collect the money. She lived well, really well, during the entire lockdown, while others wondered, how am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to get a new job? Is it safe to go outside? She was living like a queen, right? She has now been arrested and faces up to 20 years in jail. She swears she is innocent, but to date can't produce any of the 18 employees unless she's willing to rat out her friends. Now, her father, who's running for Congress, said he had no idea and that his campaign for Congress shouldn't be judged by his daughter's behavior. All right, now, can you believe the nerve of some people? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hate finding these stories. I love the justice, but I hate knowing how many people were in need financially that didn't get help because of these lies and this fraud. Now, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Let me know your reaction to this stimulus fraud story. I love hearing from my community. And before you go, make sure to follow that link below and get your name and email in for the September giveaway. Casey and I are giving away $10,000. 3 of you are going to win $1,000. 20 of you are going to win $200, and 30 of you are going to win $100 in cash. And I'm super excited to give that money away. I'll be sharing some pictures and stories of the winners coming up. But one of them let me know yesterday that she's in the middle of chemo and just felt like everything was going against her. She's never really won anything. And then she was picked by the software to win $1,000 in cash. So just a really neat story, right? All right. You guys, remember, you are amazing. Don't forget it. I know our country's going through some crazy stuff right now. I know many of you are waiting for the government to get off their thumbs and get this next package done. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's heavy for me. I'm sure it's heavy for you. So I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.